Howdy, it's BJ, and when I was a kid, it was okay to punch Nazis. Rich people. I hate them. Can't think of a bigger bane on humanity and our lack of social progress anymore than the rich. By that, I mean the multimillionaires and billionaires who are all throwing wrenches into the machine of our society just for their own gain, at the expense of everybody else. And I can't think of a bigger example of this issue than the one on top pissing on everybody and calling it rain than Elon Musk. So for those of you who don't know who Elon Musk is, how? Can we switch places? Elon is a son of South Africa who used his daddy's emerald mine money to immigrate to the United States and, long story short, became the world's richest Nazi. Completely undeserving, I must say. 10 years ago, I first heard of Elon as everybody and their grandma was inhaling the man's farts and saying they smelt like roses. He was considered the man who was gonna save humanity, a genius inventor who was fighting climate change and looking into inhabiting humans on Mars. It's amazing what money and having connections really does to you when all this turned out to be nothing but a bunch of bullshit! What Elon really is a Nazi who has bought himself into every company he's the head of, making dumbass decisions that completely backfire on said companies, but still scampering away unscathed pretending he's a genius who you can trust on everything, yet he can't figure out how to keep his rockets and cars from blowing up. Also, a good chunk of his wealth has come from government contracts with the promise of investing in US infrastructure, yet he never delivers on anything and still walks off with all the money. But he's a rich white guy, so I guess it's okay when he does it. Tell me who the real welfare queen is. No perfect example of Elon's buffoonery than his pride and joy, the Cybertruck. Tesla's dumpster on wheels has become such a disaster that they were overproduced and undersold, so much so that the Department of Defense had to swoop in and buy a lot of them. Honestly, good strategy by the military. Every time I see a Tesla, I run 100 miles the other way, so that'll be helpful when we're drafted to invade Greenland! Other than being the living embodiment of your boomer uncle trying to meme in real life and falling flat on his ass, the Cybertruck will go down in history as the biggest vehicle bomb since the Ford Pinto, both with equally Nazi CEOs. And as if being a fake inventor and fake environmentalist wasn't enough, Elon couldn't stand not being the center of attention for 5 minutes. They ended up buying Twitter, and almost 3 years later, he turned a completely unusable app into a completely unusable app with Nazis and AI. Gee, what is it with this guy and Nazis? Elon claimed he bought Twitter because he felt it was helping to spread the so-called woke mind virus, and he wanted to put a stop to it. Because bias is okay so long as it agrees with you, right? But the real truth is, Elon's daughter Vivian set off on her own and decided she doesn't need him in her life, and his fragile ego just couldn't handle it. Because a man who has a breeding fetish and can't even lift a finger to take care of any of his 14 kids just can't stand it when one has the guts to tell him off. I'm telling y'all, transphobia is a mental illness. It needs to be studied. People are actually going psychotic over it. As if that wasn't enough, Elon giving Donnie Diddler $500,000 was obviously an invitation for Elon to swoop into the government and shut down all kinds of programs and departments that have been helping our operation run somewhat smoothly, including cutting off essential aid to starving people in Africa, and now millions are most likely to die from that. Because Nazis dream of killing millions of people. It's what they do. Well, it turns out shoving yourself into the government when nobody voted for you and cutting off people's jobs and benefits is a surefire way to make everybody hate you. Now Elon is constantly pulled as one of the most hated people in the world. And the funniest part is, no amount of money this goober has is ever going to fix his broken manhood at the fact that people just don't like him. And he has only himself to blame. Right now, I'm sure Elon's meme army is flooding my comments section, but while you're typing your angry poems about how I'm being paid off by George Soros, 1, I'm still waiting for my check, and 2, people, it's not that hard to hate Elon Musk. I'm one of the last remnants of a generation that has had to work for everything they have, the hard way. Elon Musk is a mythological figure, emphasis on myth, because everything about this guy is fake. He's never earned any of the money nor respects he has. He's a village idiot's idea of a genius. Here's the thing. Real geniuses don't have to constantly tell you how smart they are. Their work should speak for itself. When this man has to flat out flex that chess is too easy of a game for him, that's bitch behavior. It reminds me of every chud in school who talk themselves up to make them sound better than everybody else. I'm not a smart guy by any means, But I believe I could beat Elon at chess, on the principle that I have more patience than he does. Elon is a product and side effect of terminal online behavior. He gained a reputation and cultivation of nerds who saw him as their hero. Hey, the little geeky boy who loves space and video games is the richest man in the world. He's one of us. No, he ain't. He's the trust fund baby who wouldn't piss on any of y'all if you were on fire from his car and rocket collateral damage. He just caters to y'all because he needs you guys to keep his cult of personality going. Elon has gained the power and influence he has because way too many people have hyped him up, and they're so far deep in his asshole now that they can only go further in. No perfect example of this than whenever Joe Rogan talks about Elon on his podcast. I've seen less dick riding and gay porn. Whatever good intentions Elon had, if he ever had any, his actions and words have completely shattered that. He's a spoiled bitch brat who doesn't give two shits about humanity or the planet. He's a fake-ass motherfucker who is a fraud at everything he's ever gotten involved with. Hell, he even cheats at video games. He can't even be a complete loser without finding a way to fake that. And I'm sorry, is it so wrong to be absolutely spiteful at a guy who spends all of his days whining and complaining on Twitter, yet makes more money in 1 hour than me and all the people who work at my job get in a year? Combined! I'm sorry, but that is a broken-ass system that shouldn't exist. People who don't do work don't deserve to have all the money in the fucking world. The good news is people are finally waking up and catching on to his shit. I could have been a lot angrier in this video, as I haven't even touched on every bad thing he's done, like his credible sexual abuse allegations, and his pictures with Jeffrey Epstein's right-hand woman, Ghislaine Maxwell, but I mostly wanted to focus on the big things. I can be calm knowing I'm glad I'm not a billionaire. To me, money doesn't make you a man, it's what you do with it. Seems Elon's only goal with his is to be the man on top where he no longer has to see the faces of other people. After all, he's a man who says empathy is a sin. Well, then I shouldn't have empathy for your feelings, Elon. Fuck off. Go shove a cactus up your dick hole. You'll learn the hard way just how lonely being at the top can be. Until next time, y'all take care.